What's going on, Assassins? It's Darkstrider, the YouTube Assassin, and yesterday's Taco Tuesday was absolutely incredible. It was con carne, which is with meat, heavy meat. It was crazy. We got the Assassin's Creed 15-year celebration. They did a live stream, and they hit us early with a bunch of crazy things. First off, they were talking about our roadmap. And the way that the roadmap goes, and a couple of people are actually nervous about this, it actually shows festivals, armor update, Master Pack 2, which means we already got that. New tombs, that's what you got to pay attention to. Not the Mastery Challenges 2. We already got that. There's no more Mastery Challenges coming out. Show me on the doll where Ubisoft hurt you. Anyway, we have the big thing here is going to be this new free update that they're giving us. It's a roguelite game, a free game mode, Forgotten Saga, in which we go into Niflheim. And a lot of people are kind of nervous about the roguelite thing. By the way, shout out to Andy at Andy Reloads. He actually called that. He said that we were going to get this mode. We were going to go to Niflheim. But again, a couple of people are kind of nervous about the whole thing, that this is a roguelite kind of thing. Now, what is that? First of all, roguelike is a subgenre, okay? It's kind of like a role-playing game, which is like a dungeon crawl. Sometimes the dungeons are just, pre-generated or randomly generated and whatnot. It's not like, like you go into a dungeon and you're going to know exactly how to get through it. So that is roguelike. Roguelite is kind of like a similar thing, but it's like a short gameplay run. There's certain conditions for victory. And, it's kind of like the roguelike, but it can be played indefinitely. So, now here's something that's going to get you nervous, okay? Just think Mastery Challenge style, goals that you have to get to by the end of the level. And, it's short gameplay, though. It's kind of like that. But it's not going to be something like really crazy where it's going to be the Mastery Challenges. I don't think they're going to make it that crazy. There's a difference between Mastery Challenge and just what this is going to be, which is going to be a challenge. All right, so don't panic about that. Now, many people had said that there's no confirmed last chapter, last DLC that's going to be coming out. That's inaccurate. According to what we saw during that live stream, they had also said they are going to give us another chapter towards the end to finish Eivor Saga, and that would also be free. So this game mode is going to be free. All right, this is coming out in a month. And then towards the fall, towards the end of this game's lifespan, is when we are going to get the final chapter, which should be a DLC. We're going to see what it looks like. We're going to see exactly what it is. I'll let you guys know, obviously, as we get more details. But they are saying there's going to be a fourth pack, and it will be free. Which at this point, can't really blame them with all the problems and the errors and everything like that. They kind of owe us one. I kind of feel like, they just want to get this all out anyway. They want to work on the next thing. And, they just feel like, let's just get some good faith going between us and the players. And let's put out a bunch of stuff for free. And speaking of free, they also gave us other things for free. In AC Valhalla, you could go to Ubisoft Connect and you can collect the Egyptian Naval Pack, the Pharaoh Tattoo Set, and the Cleopatra Tattoo Set, all for Eivor. Again, it's all free. You don't have to pay any coins to receive them or anything like that. You could put the Egyptian naval set on your ship right away. You could also put it on your ship that you go on river raids for. and it actually looks pretty good, honestly. It really does have the feel of like an ancient Egyptian style ship. And I know some of you purists, it's going to be out of place, doesn't make sense. I get that. But the thing is that, you know, for everyone else who just looks past that, it does look kind of cool. So I really did throw it on my longship immediately. I kind of like it. It's also nice to be able to switch between these free packs, honestly. But that's what it looks like. It really looks intimidating with the black and gold. And not just that, we also got, as I said, the tattoos. The tattoos are kind of wild looking. I actually favor the Pharaoh ones over the Cleopatra ones. Some of the Cleopatra tattoos actually look cool, while I just like the kind of theme of the Pharaoh kind of look. But, you know, of course, it's all preference. Honestly, when I show you guys the back tattoo, you guys are going to be like, what? Because that I honestly enjoyed, the back tattoo of Cleopatra. Were I to get a back tattoo, it would probably look something like that. It's pretty awesome looking. Here we go. I'll show you. Kind of messed up that, you know, like we got so many tattoos and it's, you know, covering the back, like you can't even really see it. But, you know, you're wearing clothes. The only tattoos you can really see are your face tattoos. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, what does this say about a crossover between Cassandra and Origins? We do not know. They did not say anything. They did push that this weekend from the 16th to the 20th is a free Assassin's Creed Origins weekend. You're able to download and play the game for free on PC. So definitely, if you haven't yet, definitely go and check that out, because it is a really cool looking game. You know, for everyone else, we have the 60 FPS boost, which they were pushing as well during the event. As I've told you guys before, as I've shown you guys before, it's just, it makes the game look beautiful, it looks smooth, it looks so bright, so clean, and it's a lot quicker. On top of that, they did kind of tease at the end of one of their little segments what happens next, and they didn't go any further into that. I'm hoping that it's something to do with Origins, but again, they did not announce anything for Origins. Now, for all of you who are foaming at the mouth hoping for something for Origins, when we got the 60 FPS for Odyssey, it did take a month or two before we got something for a crossover between Odyssey and Valhalla. So just keep that in mind. You know, we may be a month or two out before we see something like that. But I think it's definitely a great idea that they're working on giving us, you know, their older properties, breathing new life into it. I think that that's actually a brilliant strategy. So, in all honesty, we'll see what happens as we go further and further along, you know, with both Valhalla and Origins. I definitely would love to see crossover between Origins and Odyssey, but again, they didn't mention that. Now, after giving us all this, it was a strong start, and then the way that they finished was kind of weird. They finished by talking about the novelizations and comic books that they've been working on, the Assassin's Creed stories, if you will. And, you know, a lot of people were actually upset. I was laughing reading the comments in the stream. You know, people were like really mad about that. Now, let me tell you right now, by no means am I telling you that if you take an interest in a particular IP, a video game IP, a cartoon IP, anything like that, and you go and collect the books, literary works, comic books, whatever on those subjects, if it's, you know, like further adventures and whatnot, by all means, go and do that. Don't be ashamed of that. Go and collect all those books. I myself have the novelizations of a bunch of the Assassin's Creed video games themselves. I think I stopped at Black Flag. Maybe after that, I'd have to like look it up. But you know, I have a bunch of novelizations of that. In my home, we have novelizations of Five Nights at Freddy's, certain Minecraft books. I mean, you know, it's a video game. It piques our interest. We have the books. All right. I actually implore you to read more in your spare time. When you're tired, you know, you need a break from video games. You take a break from technology. Go and actually read a book. You know, it increases your vocabulary. It just broadens your mind. It's basically a video game written down. So by all means, like, you know, check that out. But they ended it with the books and everything like that. I was actually happy that they didn't go off like they're going to do what they did with Juno. Juno, we were supposed to fight in Assassin's Creed Origins. That's what the gods actually are. Those god fights were supposed to be Juno. So they decided not to. And Juno had her final days in a comic book, which to me was a big no-no, because that's not where you do that. You do that in a video game. I'm invested in the video games. That was the main media. That is where it should have ended. You know, so they're not doing that, but they are doing some interesting stories, such as for this whole thing with Svartalheim. They actually have a book about like Baldur, how he was trying to broker some kind of peace, how he got captured and whatnot. The events prior to Dawn of Ragnarok, which I think is actually pretty awesome that they would novelize that, because not everybody has an interest in that. But if you are interested in that, that's one of the stories that you can read about. Now, I know that even in the video game, this is not something that a lot of people are interested in. A lot of people really weren't into Ragnarok. They're not into the fantastical elements of Valhalla and whatnot. They really just want to focus on the Viking Age and the Viking gameplay and stuff like that. And I totally get that. But you gotta understand, it's kind of wild that they're going into Odin's past. So basically, we're going into the Animus to live as Eivor, who is going into a dream state to live as Odin. So it's an Animus and an Animus. That's pretty wild, honestly, if you think about it. And when Silent and I did the podcast, he had mentioned that that's, if Desmond had lived, that's what Desmond was going to be doing. Desmond was going to be going into a dream state like that in order to go deep into the Animus. But, you know, I digress. That's everything that they talked about. They ended on books. They started real strong. What do you think of it? Is there anything that catches your attention? Is there anything that you want to see further? Is there anything that I might have missed that you wanted me to touch on? I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you guys all in the next one.
Yar Yee!